Oh, good morning. Rich from Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you? I am, for the fifth and final time, going to try to get this video made inside this chicken coop. I have unsuccessfully attempted it 4 times prior. So, and this is over a 2-day period, thinking, well, let me, try something different here and get them to settle down. But so far, see a little girl down there? She's into shoe untying. She really loves it. There he is, over there in the corner. He has discovered the art of breeding. So, needless to say, he keeps the hens occupied. And no, Cherish, I refused to turn the camera around so you could not see the shock look on my face when that little bird was going after every hen in the place. Yeah, though nothing could compare to the one that you did. Little shout out to Hope's Homestead. You might want to go by and take a look at that. The shock and awe feature of that video was just tremendous. Hadn't seen anything that funny in quite a while. Anyway, let's get on with what we're doing, and I'm going to try to make this very brief and to the point. You thought I was kidding you about him pecking on my legs and trying to get attention. Anyway, here we go. One of the added income streams that we tried this year, and it turned out fairly successful, was to make money on the homestead, was chickens. Now, if you're thinking eggs, you're thinking wrong. These were chicken sales. You got an idea there, girl, that's almost close. You just need to go ahead and get down in the box if you want to lay an egg and not use it as a perch. Anyway, chicken sales worked out real well for us. We just finished up last week the accounting on the 225 birds that we had hatched and sold, and I'm gonna skin you. You're gonna end up on the menu. And this little girl's a mouse. Here she comes. She's going back. If she's persistent, you got to give her that much. I'm gonna pull a tail feather on you. Is what I'm gonna do. Anyway, the fact is that we did not too bad. To give you, and I don't have the exact dollar amounts. I didn't bring anything with me. I've got ballpark figures, and that should help you. But basically, out of 225 chickens, it generated a little over 5,000 in gross sales on that group, and we picked up net profit on the thing of somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,400. For 4 months, folks, that's not too bad. When you can make an extra $500 or $600 on your homestead, generating sales from sale of chickens, you're doing okay. It's worked out real well. Now, we are going to expand that out this year. Are we going to go and really get nuts with the numbers? No. But we are going to, since I saw from the demand at the farmers markets and so forth, I figure I should have no problem selling 600 to 650 birds. I'm going to give that a whirl this year. Now, hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. Say a little, I don't know if you can say a little rooster over there. I'm always teasing him about, send you to time out. There's little bugs that get in that wood. And he goes over there and stands for the longest time grabbing bugs that crawl around there between the post and the siding. And I've had a couple of people that's been out here on the farm ask about it. That's how he's in timeout. And I've had a couple of them actually believe that. Anyway, so we pulled down a little over $3,000 in net sales. That's after all the expenses came out and so forth. And you are going to get in trouble. Now I'm telling you, leave my shoes alone. That's not too bad. And that's doing it right. I mean, non-GMO foods for these chicks, you know, organic food as they grow, you know, you taking good care of the birds. I mean, yes, ma'am, I see that you're down there, and I'll pet you. But please leave my shoes on. Oh, did I forget you? I'm sorry. Anyway, this may be attempt number 6. But that's not too bad. Now, as I said when we started this off, you know, we had always raised chickens for eggs and would sell a few hens and things of this nature now and again, but we'd really never put chicken production on our radar too much. But we started looking at new streams of revenue, and we decided that maybe we'll give this a whirl, see what happens. We did start small, like I said, and you know, some folks would go, 225 birds, are you crazy? That's fairly small. You know, when you look at the amount of sales you're going to do, trust me, folks, I'd shown up at market and, you know, sold in excess of 100 birds in an afternoon, or actually in the mornings. So yeah, it was pretty limited. Had thought about doing more hatchings. We're not really set up for it yet. The brooder room and hatch room is not set up yet. Doesn't have the air conditioner in it. I did try hatching out some more lavender Orpingtons, and that was a dismal failure. Out of a dozen eggs, I ended up with 3 chicks hatch, and only 2 of them survived. So I'm not going to fool with that. We will start hatching again, probably in February. We'll start running hatches through. So, but we're gonna limit it this coming year to about 650 birds, maybe 700, you know, somewhere in that ballpark, and see if the market's going to hold and how fast we can sell that many birds. You know, should really be a good income stream. One of the things that I have found, and y'all need to really look at, is people are getting pretty good at picking out chickens. They really are. I attribute that to the internet and YouTube and Pinterest and all that. They know what a healthy bird looks like. They know what humane treatment of a chicken is all about. And don't show up at these farmers markets with your birds baking in the sunlight and no food, no water, things of this nature, because people pick up on it, and they kind of mark you down as some kind of jerk. And they're going to walk around, and they're going to find the person who has large enough cages where their birds can get up and walk around a little bit, that they have food, that they have water, and that you've provided shade for them, so that they're not overheated. And that's the person that they seem to want to buy from, because I had one lady who said it the best. She says, I see that you treat your birds humanely, which means probably on your farm you take very good care of them. I said, yeah, they're all a bunch of spoiled brats, mainly. And she said, yeah, that's the important part. Okay. Is that, you know, that we get in here and take care of the birds, take care of our livestock, and it shows. Okay. So don't look at these little 2-legged feather machines as just a way to make a dollar. You need to look at them as an asset to your homestead and to, you know, treat them correctly. Customers pick up on it, and they definitely want you to, you know, show that when you're out at these markets. Also, you want to check with the markets. If you're even contemplating raising chickens and selling at market for next year, what you need to be doing right now is going to the farmers markets. You need to be looking at which markets are selling chickens and how much. And don't you grab my shoelace, I'm telling you. And what little special rules, regulations, you know, all that sort of stuff that the markets have. Like one of the best-selling markets we have here in this area, they have an area called Chicken Row, and it's where most of the people selling chickens, most of the vendors will set up. But it's in an area called the Dog Yard, okay? And that is primarily set aside for the sale of hunting dogs and pets and so forth, okay? Now, which is not bad. The chicken row's separate from the dog, so you don't have a big issue there. But it's in what they call the dog yard. The rule of that particular farmer's market is to set up and sell product in the dog yard, you have to have a dog. Okay? Don't have to have it up for sale, but you have to physically have a dog present. I love it. So Molly got to make some trips, and she enjoyed it. She had a lot of fun with it. So, you know, road trip, here we go. She'd see me loading cages, and she got all excited. So, yeah, it's know the rules. Know who's selling what. Go around and talk to the vendors. They'll tell you the truth. You know, if they're not selling any chickens there, they'll tell you that. And if they are, they'll tell you that too. So, you know, go check out your markets. Just about every area has numerous farmers markets spread around. You need to go to them. Talk with the people that run the markets. Find out what, you know, criteria they have for getting locations and blah, 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 blah. Okay? Learn everything you can learn. Vendors are a real good way because vendors, you know, they won't hesitate to tell potential and new vendors the shortfalls of it all. So that would be my suggestion. Chickens worked out real well. We turned a nice net profit on the thing. And realistically, you're talking about, you know, most of those birds were, you know, 3, 4, and 5 months old. We found that the larger birds sold better than the chicks, and of course for a lot more money. So, you know, these are things to look at. Will this success follow you on your homestead? I don't know. And here's the big disclaimer. It worked here last year. Next year we're going to, you know, really increase production and see how it goes. But I don't know your area, okay? Lord, I don't know my own area, all these different farmer markets around here. I spent a lot of time this spring researching it. So get out there and start your legwork now. Would be a good time. A little later, I'm serious, I'm going to pluck a tail feather out of you, so help me hand, just to let you know I'm not happy with you. She's a mess. But get out there and do your research. And you know, kind of get your infrastructure started. You got to have, you know, when you're talking about, if you're running one incubator, you're going to be running birds on 21-day cycles. You know, by the time they come out of the brooder box, if you just start throwing all those chicks together, you're going to have some problems out of them. So it's best to have a system where you can kind of move them through as they mature, and then regroup them back together when they're all up and about the same size. So that'd be my suggestion. We made good money off of it. And like I said, it's been paying for the infrastructure changes and stuff like breeding stock and things of this nature, so that the chickens are kind of paying for themselves. So not a bad way to go, folks. So how to make money on your homestead? Chicken sales, and they really work out well. Like I always say, your income on a homestead is going to come from assorted streams. You need to explore all of them. But when I say explore them, don't get out there and go, wow, you know, Tennessee Homestead sold that many chickens for that much money, and let me go out and hatch out of, you know, 1,000 chicks. Don't do it, folks. If you don't know what your market's like, you may get out there and find out you couldn't sell a quarter of them, and then where are you going to be? you're going to have a freezer full of chicken, is what's going to happen, and not a lot of money in your pocket. So use your head, go small. See, okay. Ladies, seriously, that is my knee, okay? Thank you. And you, I'm going to get you yet. Yeah, you're going to keep it up, man. You're going to take, hey, I know you're down there. Here, why don't I try it? Yeah, you thought I was going to grab your tail, didn't you? Anyway, give it a shot, folks. Good money in it. Do it right. You know, you don't necessarily have to spoil your birds rotten like I have done, but it's a lot of fun. I kind of like being able to walk in, and instead of having chickens scattered to the four corners of a coop, they want to come over and play with you and peck you. Yeah, you. And they're gentle. I'm serious now. There's no bugs on me. Come on. It's good. You know, it makes for a good experience, and it makes it easy to take care of them. You know, it makes this lifestyle a little bit more enjoyable. It really does. So it's okay to spoil them if you'd like. Yes, I know you're making all kinds of racket. You don't come over here pecking on me. I know how you are. Anyway, so that's it. I think I've made it through this thing. Hopefully it turns out okay. You know, go slow. Figure it out. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. So give it your best shot, but don't go out and pig crazy. Just take it easy, take it slow. Do a few hundred birds and see how the market is. A lot of our sales were to the backyard chicken kind of sales to folks raising chickens in suburbs. Listen, I keep running my fingers across the lens because you keep pecking on me. Will that continue? Who knows? It could be a fad, or it could go on forever. But you need to find out. And the only way you're going to know that you know is to get out there and start doing it. So, but yeah, I mean, I see these folks talking about running frugal homesteads, and they talk about they get by on, you know, $500-600 a month or whatever. There you go. So in answer to, can chickens pay your light bill? Yeah, they can, and then some, and feed themselves, and take care of issues. So good way to go, folks. Give it a whirl. See what you think. If you have successes and so forth, I'd love to hear about them. If you have failures, I'd love to hear about them too. But you know, let me know how it goes for you. Anyway, this is Rich from Tennessee Homestead. I think I made it through this thing without getting my shoes untied and all that sort of stuff. So you folks have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.